Herald-Times sports editor Chris Korman, joined by Dustin Dopirak at Assembly Hall, where Tijan Jobe is still on the court.
He is. He's right behind us.
If we had a better camera, we could probably show it.
We could probably move, actually, and show it.
I don't know. It seems dangerous. It's a brand new laptop.
It's your call.
Tom Callahan, our IT director, probably watches these and would not like me winging the laptop around.
I'm just saying, it might be worth it.
Tijan and 3 other seniors go out with a win.
Yeah.
You had no hope going into this game.
None. Really, I didn't. No, I didn't see this coming.
So what's your read on it?
They look like they did in January, basically. I mean, this was not the team we've seen for the last month. This was the team we saw the month before that. They were energetic. They fought. They didn't look intimidated. They didn't get down when things got bad. And they just everybody played like they knew how. Just like I said, reminded you of who they were before all this. It was weird. It makes you wonder, where has this been? And there was a lot of things I think that attributed that one. I think they really did want to go out with the Seb Tijan and Dumas and Finkelmeyer and Gambles, I guess, off with a bang. I wasn't trying to be mean.
Why you got to do it?
I just I think it was more for Tijan than anybody. I'm not even kidding there. I don't think that's an exaggeration. But they came out with a lot of energy. I mean, they drew on that crowd. Tijan came out and started, and a lot of guys stepped up. I mean, I think Derek Elston has really provided a spark these last 2 games. You're seeing, I think, he hadn't played a whole lot during the stretch, and it seemed like he's been just really happy to get on the floor. That's kind of sparked everybody, I think. They made a lot of changes with lineups and with defense. Used the 3-forward lineup a lot more.
Got Jordan Hull's shots. Worked inside out. I mean, they were
very much so.
Today was
when
all
Jordan
about working inside out.
When Jordan Hulls hits threes, it's amazing how much things open up. And
he was 8 for 12, and 24 points, all off threes. Obviously,
was lights out. I mean, it was hitting threes from 25 feet. It was one of those days when I guess the hoop looks like the ocean. He was just whatever he put up, it was falling basically, and that just energized everybody. Anytime they were down or whatever, I mean, Hulls would knock down a three and then get right back in it, and ended up overtaking Christian Watford. Played much more energetic than he has. He's a really beat
Dustin's
down
doing his thing again, where he's gonna break it all down immediately.
What isn't there to say? I mean, everybody played better.
I thought the biggest thing was that IU, which during the 11-game streak could not take a single punch. One punch would end this team. Took a couple. Northwestern went on a 16-6 run to open the second half. Indiana battled through that. They went on a little run again, kind of midway through the second half. Indiana battled back. Obviously, Northwestern caught. It was an 8-point lead.
I think it was an 8-point lead with 3 minutes to go, and Northwestern caught Indiana, obviously, and they, IU had the ball last. Well, Northwestern had the ball with, I think, they turned it over with, 20 seconds ago. That was a really good
20.1
possession. Yeah, really good possession to get that. Get the ball down court, call timeout with 9.9 left, and try to call the play that just didn't work.
Tom Crean wasn't sure. Verdell Jones had it on the sideline out of bounds.
Yeah.
And
Jones said they just really read it well.
Really?
Yeah, they just really read it well. They had the guys where they were supposed to be. I mean, they were all over Hulls. They knew it was coming, and he just didn't see it, I guess.
We had called for Tijan to get the last shot.
Yes, and I still think that would have been the right call. But
yes, true.
What do I know?
But Indiana goes into overtime and just takes over.
Just
acts like an Indiana team playing at Assembly Hall on senior night, which for decades has been a given here that that's what's going to happen. But the last 2 years, with the program where it is, it was a little bit of a revelation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was the forwards really stepped up, and the rebounding was just great. I mean, those guys, when the ball went up, Indiana was going to get it. I mean, they were bound and determined to throw people around, do whatever they had to get the ball. And Watford grabbed some huge ones. Bobby Capobianco played, I don't think any question, probably his best game of the year. Got some huge rebounds, defensively and offensively, grabbed an air ball and turned it into a 3-point play off of Joe.
Hulls air ball.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys, when they defended well on the perimeter, begin within the zone, and they really rotated well, and it got better and better throughout the game, especially in the second half. They held Northwestern to 4 for 16, or in overtime.
Right.
And, the rotation just kept getting better and better. When the ball went up, Indiana got it.
It was definitely a senior night for a class that is unlike any that's ever gone through this program, certainly, and probably any program. None of them have been here 4 years. 2 of them are JUCO guys, 2 of them are walk-ons.
Right.
Finkelmeyer's the lone guy who actually got coached by Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah.
Tom Pritchard and Matt Roth and Derek Elston,
well
recruited by, but sort of one of the last ties to that era. But just a group that went through so much But on the same night, I think it really was, you saw during sort of winning time, Green talks about, all of a sudden the 4 freshmen are out there. And there's no question Derek Elston is emerging and becoming the player people thought that he was going to be. And Christian Watford has fought through. He really hit a wall.
A couple walls.
Yeah.
He's been on a wall for a month, but he fought through it tonight.
And Halls is figuring out where he fits, how he fits, what he needs to do at Division I level with his size and abilities where they are now.
Right.
Which I think anyone who's watched him play at any point knew he was going to do that eventually, and that it would just take a little bit of time. And so it really was sort of that. I think this leaves it was for these fans.
It's a great last impression, despite of what all has been gone wrong all season. I mean, this was what they can look to, going forward. I mean, those freshmen did everything that they had been asked to do and they had been expected to do, and it was kind of the vision for them.
What's the recruit update? There was Will
Uget was here.
Right.
Will Uget was here.
Tell the people a little bit about Will.
Well,
just
I'll tell you what I know.
Basically,
bio.
He's like 6'7".
He's a 6'7", 210-pound forward from
France.
Originally from France. Now plays at Florida Air Academy in Melbourne, Florida. Basically, his reputation is as a rebounder, an energy guy. I think he grabbed, his claim to fame, I think he had 50 rebounds in 3 games in some kind of AAU tournament or a camp or something like that. It might have been a camp, but one or another, like it was 3. Anyway, so that's his reputation. Rebounder, good defender, basically can defend a little bit, maybe the 3, the 4. That's sort of where he ends up. Just a heck of an athlete. I'm not sure exactly how good his offensive game is. I know he can do certain things. I think he can hit decent mid-range from what I've been told. Obviously, I've never seen this kid, but this is what I get from second-hand information.
He's a 2010 recruit.
He's a 2010 recruit.
How many guys is Indiana looking at right now in 2010?
Well, I mean, we know of 2 that they're really going after. The other one being Moses Abraham, who, according to published reports, and I couldn't get his guardian to confirm this, I couldn't get him on the phone, but was supposed to be here today, but got diagnosed with the flu a couple days ago. I think this is one of 2 visits he had to miss. I think he was supposed to go to Seton Hall as well.
He was hoping to make a decision and announce it.
He was hoping to make a decision and announce it tomorrow, but I think he's pushed that back a week now based on what's been said. I mean, again, I've been trying to get a hold of this guy and haven't been able to. So that obviously would give them some help on the front line. Now, if they were to get both of them, someone's got to go. Someone's got to leave because they've got 1 scholarship remaining. And even if they do get one of them, they need somebody to be gone by 2011.
Right, because they have 2 verbal commitments in class 2011 and are recruiting several players. Quite robustly to join that class.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a crunch. Now, of course, as we know, anything can happen with transfers.
Anything could happen. Okay, where does Indiana stand now heading into the tournament? Most likely the Big Ten tournament this week, Thursday night at Conseco in Indy. Most likely going to end up playing Northwestern
again. Yeah, I think it's unless Michigan's playing Michigan State right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what the score of that game is. If Michigan were to pull the upset, it's tomorrow. Okay,
I thought it was.
All right. If Michigan were to pull the upset, then Indiana would play Michigan because Michigan would jump Northwestern for the 7th seed. But Indiana, I think, is pretty much locked in at the 10. I don't think there's any way they can pass Iowa for the 9. So that's really where they're looking at right now. Is giving this another run. And it definitely the dynamic has kind of been changed here. I think the first game Indiana played a lot of man-to-man, and that obviously didn't work. With they were hedging too hard on the back cuts, and Northwestern just killed them with 3-pointers. Right. So this obviously worked better. So
played a pretty stingy zone tonight.
Yeah. When it came down to it, especially, I mean, Northwestern shot, I think, 50% in the second half. They hit some shots.
They shot 42 threes.
Yeah.
It was 42?
72 shots overall. A lot of possessions in this one. Yeah. So that changes the dynamic a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see, I guess, how both teams sort of adjust and sort of counter what they each did in this one.
Right. Okay, well, we'll have coverage of this tournament run. Obviously, we'll be up there in Indy, and these coming days we'll kind of check in with Moses, see what's going on with him, check in with Will Uget, try to figure out where it's all going from there on the recruiting end. And
I just want to say one more thing. Jobe Cuervo.
Jobe Cuervo.
Real quick, if you don't understand that, Finkelmeyer came up with 3 nicknames: Jobetron, Jobe Cuervo, around the globe Joe. That pretty much made my season.
Around the globe Joe.
Made my season.
It only takes him a few seconds. He's got long strides.
He does. Doesn't? Yeah. He can get there.
This one was for Tijan.
See ya.